How's it going, everybody? My name is Carter Hall, and this is another episode of the What Really Happened podcast. I am so excited to have Kassidy Senter on the podcast. She's a CrossFit athlete at CrossFit 806. Cassidy, I can't thank you enough for coming on. How's it going?
It's so far so good. Glad to be here.
Of course, I mean, gosh, a lot of great things lately. I see your shirt, which is pretty awesome. We're kind of talking about that off air. It's pretty cool. I like that shirt.
Yeah, my 806 Classic. We had our first one this year, and we're gonna have it every year. So it was a good competition.
Heck yeah. Did you competed in that, right?
I did. Yes.
Cool. How'd you do? Did you, I imagine you killed it, right?
It killed me. Yeah, it was a
Really?
tough one. Yeah, it
Oh,
was a
really?
teams that it was two guys and a girl, and it was a good one for
Oh,
sure.
really?
Yeah.
So what about it? Like, was there anything cool about it, or just completely like, oh my gosh, or was each workout like, oh my gosh, I'm just ready to see the other side of it? Was there anything like in particular that you liked or disliked?
I feel like it just like the different gyms coming together is always just interesting to see because you work out at 806 all the time and that's all you see is those same athletes over and over and over again. But then
Mhm.
when you do like competitions like this, all the gyms bring their athletes in. You're like, man, there's some good athletes out there in Amarillo and even Lubbock. I think we have some athletes from Lubbock too. So it was pretty cool.
Yeah, most definitely. I was talking to some people too around the gym who were in that competition, and they're like, yeah, they were like doing the competition, and I guess they're prepping, like going to Lubbock and doing a lot of different things for it too, like just getting prepared. And like, that's pretty cool. I mean, that they even did that competition, I thought that was pretty awesome. Tell me if I'm correct me if I'm wrong, Cassidy. So you said it was two girls and one guy, or two guys, one girl.
Yes.
So there was a RX version and a scaled version, or is it just RX?
RX and scaled.
Oh, heck yeah.
Yeah, they did both. Yeah.
But Go ahead. I'm sorry. Did I interrupt you?
Oh no.
Sorry. I have a problem doing that. Like, start talking. I'm like, and then someone else wants to start talking. I'm like, oh, I'm sorry. So I do that a lot.
Oh
So if
no.
I just do that, I'm sorry.
You will not interrupt me. You're good.
Cool. So how'd you get started in the CrossFit?
Um, well, actually, they just asked me this question not very long ago.
Oh,
Because
really?
I was athlete of the month for December. So
Oh, heck yeah. That's
yeah,
so awesome.
and Cresta sent me all these questions to ask, and that was one of them, like what got me started. And I started CrossFit like a little over 2 years ago, and I just like come to a point in my life where I just like I was not doing I just had this routine. I was doing the same thing, like just getting up, going to work, coming home, going to bed, and then doing it all over again. And I just like I needed something to accomplish, something to work towards. And that's what CrossFit is. Like it's just a constant, like you're just trying to improve and get better and mental and physical, like it's crazy. But yeah, I feel every day I go to CrossFit, I just feel that sense of accomplishment and that I've been looking for.
Heck yeah. That's such a cool answer because I was in that same place too, a little bit in a sense of like wanting to do something like I feel like something I was in that same routine, like getting up, going to work type situation, going to college. I just graduated from WT. So within that same situation of waking up, going to class, write a paper, do this, do that, and like I want to do something active, because I was a wrestler in high school, so I was like I wanted
Uh-huh.
something to be active again, But and my brother Brandon, who you may know, he's and his girlfriend Elisa both worked at CrossFit 806,
Yes.
So he kind
Yeah.
of so he dragged me along. He's like, hey, could you come try a CrossFit workout again? I'm like, okay, and then like absolutely killed me, and it still kills me every single day. But I was like, I'm like the same thing of like having accomplished, doing something, like doing a benchmark workout, and like, heck yeah, I probably did a little bit better, maybe, but I don't know. I felt like a little bit better after the workout, I guess.
Well, yeah, and that's like one thing about CrossFit too is that like even just like the sense of just going, just
Yeah,
like showing up and doing the workout, no matter how good or bad you did, like it's better than not showing up.
yeah.
So it's I don't know, it's crazy what it's done for my life, and I love it.
Oh, most definitely. Is there
Yeah.
anybody who like inspired you, like and like wanted to go, or is that just the reason why you wanted to go was like that sense of accomplishment? Was there anybody else who like pushed you to go, or maybe when you met somebody at the gym was like, hey, this person really like motivated me, or anything like that?
Yeah. Well, I was actually talking to a guy several years ago, and he got me into the gym.
Oh, really?
And he's like, yeah, like CrossFit is something that everyone needs to try because when you when you don't do CrossFit and you just hear about it, you hear all the things, like it's a cult and like these people are
Oh, yeah.
crazy and those aren't real pull-ups or whatever.
Oh, yeah, that's a
But
big one.
yeah, yeah, it is. And like even my cousin, when I saw him for like Thanksgiving, and he does weightlifting and stuff, and he makes fun of the pull-ups, and I'm like, but I can do like 50 and you can do like 5. So I don't know. But yeah, he just said that it was like something that he believed everyone needed to try, because it is for everyone. CrossFit is just like, like it's for, we have CrossFit Kids, and then we have like the Legends class now at 806. So it goes from like the 5-year-olds to like the 80-year-olds. It's
Yeah.
crazy. And like there's the scaled and there's RX. So there, and you can scale anything. There's an option for every workout for every person. And yeah, so it is for everyone. And um, if everyone tries it, I feel like it just depends. Like you might not like it in the beginning, but if you stick with it, I feel like you'll see that improvement, and you'll fall in love with it, and then it'll become an addiction like it is for me. But yeah, it's I'm glad that I got into it, because it is my most favorite thing, and I look forward to it every day.
Yeah, that's something like such a great answer too, like the way you worded it, because he said it's one of those things where like everybody comes together. Like he said, you may not like it in the beginning because you're like, oh my gosh, like what are these? Like, what are wall walks? What are burpees? Like
Yeah.
what are like what it gets it's a whirlwind at first, but once you stick to it, it's one of those things too. Like it's such a great feeling, like such a great thing of being around people. Like oh my gosh, I'm feeling so miserable without this workout, like I do 20 or 25 calories on the ski or the bike or something like that. And like, but the fact that like you feel that way and someone else like next to the left and right of you is feeling just as bad, but after the workout, like that makes it much more better because you went through it together, if that makes sense.
Right.
That's what I
Yeah.
like. Go ahead.
Like that's my sister was telling me like last week that her and her husband have been going to the gym, and I was like, what do you do when you go? And she's like, oh, I'll do like curls or something, and or I'm like, I'll do my legs, and I'm like, but there's no one there like to tell you what to do. And she's like, no. And then she's like, and I'm doing it by myself. And that just has to be miserable. It just sounds like not fun. Like I like going, for one, because I wouldn't, if I went to a normal gym, I'd have no idea what to do. So I like having the workout like set out for me, like this is what we're gonna do. And then I show up, and everyone else is doing it too, like you said, like everyone else is suffering
Hmm.
together.
Yeah.
And then at the end of it, like if you're still working, and other people are finished with their workout, they're just sitting there cheering you on.
Yeah.
Like that's what CrossFit is. And we're just like a community that's just like there for everyone, and we just want everyone to improve and succeed, and yeah, and just enjoy CrossFit.
Yeah, that's totally like I totally that's totally like I like that a lot because I was going to ask you too. It's like, is that what makes CrossFit so great and fun in your opinion, or is there something more you think that's like, oh my gosh, I love like CrossFit's so fun? Like, what is that the same reasoning? Is there something else?
Well, how you're talking about like you did wrestling in high school.
Yeah,
So I played basketball and like ran track. So I was like I did all the competitive stuff when I was in high school. And then when I graduated, there I just did not have that competitive like feel anymore. There was nothing that I was doing that was like, and it didn't give me that. And but CrossFit does, even in
yeah,
like just the normal, if you're not even going to like a competition, even like normal workouts or whatever, like yeah, like your friends are working out next to you, but that's still, I don't know, I feel like I'm still competing against them, like you still want to win.
yeah, for sure, most
But so,
definitely.
yeah, I like that sense of competition. And then like, but at the end of the day, you're still a great community, like yeah, great people and competition, and all there for like a common thing, just to get better.
Yeah, most definitely. That's CrossFit, like that community of CrossFit. I think is such an amazing thing. I always preach on this podcast a lot. Anytime someone comes on, like community is such a great thing too. It's like being not like being like someone either like you said, going to the gym, but like by yourself, for example. Or like I see that all the time too. I'm like, okay, what am I doing today? I guess I'll do the treadmill for a little bit. And what am I doing after this? Like no one's there to hold you accountable. But whenever you go to a CrossFit gym, like CrossFit 806, for example, like you have like a plethora of coaches telling you like, okay, we're doing this. Like we actually have a game plan, and like let's do this, and let's try it from there, kind of situation, which I like a lot too. And I think you said that too, that competition style. What's I'm like, even though in my head, I'm like, I guess he said from a high school background, having that sports background really helped me too. It's like in my head, I'm like, oh my God, I gotta beat this person like halfway through. I'm like, I don't have that same drive. I don't know if I have any more because
Oh,
I'm dying.
oh
But yeah,
no. Well, that's one thing. One thing too that I've learned, like it is hard when you're like a beginner in CrossFit, because I've always said like we have such good athletes at CrossFit 806, and if you're new and you like walk in there and you're like you said, like competition wise, well, yeah, they're probably going to beat you because you're new at this. Like,
Mm,
this is, they've been doing CrossFit for
for
years and
years.
this is like your first day. Like, yeah,
Yeah.
they're going to beat you. And it's discouraging. You're like, oh, I don't want to go back and all this stuff. But I mean, like, there's so much to learn in CrossFit. It's not just like cardio or weightlifting and gymnastics. It's all of it together, all like, and you do it all in one workout. It's
Yeah.
crazy. But so there's so much to learn, and you obviously you have to keep showing up to get better, to learn it. And eventually, yeah, you'll be just as good as those that have been doing it for how many ever years, but you need to
Mm.
stick with it.
Most
And
definitely.
that's hard sometimes. That's hard sometimes.
Yeah. Just having that commitment, right, to just stay to it and stick to it, and doing the right thing, maybe just those baby steps. That's all I say is like take those baby steps because I'm not even a year into it. And like I'm just like that gradual pace going up to it. Okay, let's try this, let's try that. It's just that's a big thing too. I tell like if anybody's new who like sticks to it, so I'm like just baby steps because that's what I'm doing too. It's like this is how I learned it. It may not work for you, but this is at least what I learned, kind of same situation.
Yeah, well, that's like they always say, like the hardest part is showing up, and
Yeah.
that's so true. Just show up, because yeah,
Yeah.
like convincing yourself to like go to the gym. Even like I work out in the afternoons, so after I've worked all day or whatever, and like, do I want to go to the gym? I mean, I do just because I'm addicted to it now. But the people that like go in the mornings, I could never go at
Mhm.
5 o'clock in the morning. I don't know
No.
how they do that, but
More
I think
power
it's
to
because
them.
I know, I think it's because they know like after their work day, they're not going to want to go to the gym, so they want to get it out of the way. And that's a good mentality to have too. Like
Yeah,
you're prioritizing your health and stuff. You're getting that workout in when you know you can do it.
most definitely.
And
That.
yeah, me, like I said, like the afternoon is perfect for me. And we at 8:06, there's so many different classes. So
Hmm.
one will work for you. You will find a class that works for you. And we have like not like there's classes that aren't as competitive,
Hmm.
and or like like there's we always talk about the 9 a.m. class. We call that the mom class because all those stay-at-home moms go and they bring all their kids and stuff. And that's my favorite class. I go on Fridays to the 9
Oh
a.m.
yeah.
and it's so much fun because they're just there and it's like their hangout time. I love it. It's so
Yeah.
much fun.
I know. I love it too. Like Saturday workouts have kind of honestly become one of my favorite workouts because like I always went Monday, Wednesday, Friday, but every once in a while I'll sneak a Saturday workout in there. And just that like after the workout, it's like this past Saturday, I didn't go this past Saturday because it was strict Cindy. The workout
Oh
was,
yeah, it was a good one.
yeah. I saw it and I told Brandon, I'm like, we texted the night before if we were going, and we woke up that morning and I was like, honestly, I feel like I've done Cindy a million times at this point, honestly. Like,
Yeah.
I'm like, he's like, do you still want to go? And he asked me to, like, I don't know, we do something else later, honestly, because it's one of those things, like, it looks crazy because, like, running 1,000 meters and having to do all the 10 rounds of whatever, like 5, 10, 15, it's like, oh
Yeah.
my gosh, that looks so crazy. But after the workout, that's what it is, though. Like, going after the workout, it feels like you said, that's such a great hangout in a way, if that makes sense. Like
Hmm.
you said, such a great hangout because, like, people will sit and like talk for like 30 minutes, maybe after the workout's
Yeah.
already over. It's like 30, 45 minutes later, people are like, I guess we should go home, like checking their watches and everything like that. I guess we should go home now, huh? And the
Which
morning's pretty much over.
Yeah, that and another thing about Saturday is that it's the only one there's only one class on
Yeah.
Saturday. So all of these people that you don't normally see during the week, the ones that go at 5 a.m.
Yeah.
that I will never see at 5 a.m.
No.
But I see them on Saturday at 10 o'clock because
Yeah.
that's the only one. So people show up for that one. And that's so I love that too. It's just good to
Yeah.
see everyone that you don't normally get to see.
Yeah. And that's such a great thing too. I was gonna ask you too, do you think you kind of mentioned this earlier how you played sports? Do you think that helped you like when you were transitioning into CrossFit?
I think so. I think like I said, like the competitiveness and everything, that's just kind of like a mentality that I have. Um, and then I think like the drive to like I mean in any kind of sport, there's always a drive to improve and get better. And I find that in CrossFit there's always
Yeah,
something to get better at. Like you're never going to master everything in CrossFit because there's just so much. And so that's you just like there's just continuous like room for improvement. So
for
and I
sure.
think yeah, my background in sports just because yeah, that's what I was used to my whole life was just continuing, or hopefully, I hope I was getting better throughout all those years. But
Yeah.
and yeah, that's what CrossFit is, just getting better.
Yeah, for sure. And I could tell just from personal experience going to like the 5:30 and 6:30 classes, watching like you and everybody else compete. I'm like, dang, these people are like absolute beasts. I mean, for lack of better, like for the best way I could put it, it's like these people are going like gassing everybody else, like going 100%. I'm like, I'm going like I feel like you're like how can I say this nicely? Like y'all are like at such a higher, different level than I ever will be because I feel like I'm going 100%. And you're like, whatever. It's just another movement kind of situation in the best way
Oh,
possible. If I could say that nicely, it's like you've done these like so good. Y'all make it look effortless. That's what I'm trying to say.
well, that's what like when I first started CrossFit, definitely not. And there's even some movements now that I'm like, this is ridiculous. Like, I'm sure I look like a fool up here doing this because I like, I've been working on butterfly chest to bar, and I look, yeah, I look absolutely ridiculous trying to get them done right. But eventually, hopefully, I'll get them down. But you have to keep doing them.
Mhm.
And so, like, yeah, like I said, I've been doing it for a little over 2 years now. So,
Oh,
um,
really?
yeah, like I feel like people can get there. People will keep improving. I mean, you've improved so much since you've started.
Oh, really?
Like, yeah, you don't think so?
I get it. I mean, I feel like, like, I mean, thank you. I mean, thank you. But I felt like there's a couple of stuff I felt like I've gotten stronger at, but I don't think like, I felt like if there's, I mean, there's always, I think, room for improvement, obviously. But
Oh
I
yeah,
think it's one of those things too. I mean, I felt like with like cardio stuff based, there's miles and miles I still have to like work on, obviously. But yeah, there's one of those things too. It's like you said, everything just takes practice, I think, obviously.
yeah, and just like yeah, just continuing to like you said, just show up
Yeah, keep showing up day after
and
day, right?
yeah, and put in the work, and
Yeah.
yeah, and you'll see the improvement because
Yeah,
everyone
most
else
definitely.
sees it. Like I think everyone else sees it before you see it.
Yeah,
So
I
that's
think
one
so
thing too.
too.
Like because you're harder on yourself,
Yeah,
which everyone is, but
yeah.
um,
I think I am too a lot.
yeah. But yeah, we all see it.
We'll
Everyone sees
see.
it before
We'll
you
see.
do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll see. I was gonna ask, was there like, have you ever? I was gonna ask this. Have you ever competed like in the CrossFit Open or anything like that at all?
Well, we do like I've I've been through like two opens,
Oh,
and we
really?
just kind of do it. I wasn't at 806. I've only been at 806 for a year now.
Oh,
So
really?
yeah, the gym I went to before we had like our little competition thing just within our gym. It was a smaller gym. There was probably maybe 30 people.
Oh,
So
well.
we just kind of did the open workouts there against each other. Um, and I kind of went back and forth this year, or yeah, 2023 in the open. I would do some at 806 and some at my old gym, and so this year's gonna be my first year actually sticking at 806 the whole time to do the open, and I
Hmm.
think they kind of go all out for it.
Oh,
So
really?
I'm looking forward to that.
That's pretty cool. I mean, what was your experience like with the Open? Like your first, like I guess, time at 806. What was your experience with that? Like, was it like more than you expected, or like was there anything like what was your like your kind of your mindset going into that? Was there anything like, or was it one of those things like you go up and go and do it, or were you what were you doing? I guess kind of take me through your
Well,
process, I guess.
I mean, like, how did I like prepare for it?
Yeah, yeah,
Well, so I think it was Brandon the other day when we were talking about it. He's like, the way that Mayhem is programmed, we use Mayhem for our programming for
yeah,
806. He's like, the way that they're programming the workouts is to like prepare you for the open.
yeah,
So it's like whatever you do every day in the gym, like it's preparing you for the open. So you're not really even having to do anything extra. It's
yeah,
just what you're doing in
yeah,
the gym already. So
yeah.
yeah, I like that. Um, they always post like the workouts, the open workouts. I think, man, like the day before, I can't remember, like the day before or even maybe the day of, because I think we started doing them on Fridays. And I mean, I just remember sitting there like waiting on my phone for them to like post the workout because I'm sure everyone did this.
Yeah.
Like, it's like a huge thing. Like all these CrossFit athletes are just trying to like see what the first open workout is
Yeah.
or whatever. And it's just like you're just like excited because you're like, what's it gonna be? What are we gonna get to
Yeah.
do? And it is exciting. And then yeah, you all come together and if I remember correctly, like I said, I didn't really do it last year, but they have like several different heats on
Oh,
Friday
yeah.
nights. I think they call it like Friday Night Lights or something for the open at
Mhm.
806, but they have several different heats. And so you have like judges, someone like judging you, making sure you aren't cheating and you're doing all your reps and doing
Yeah.
everything right. And then you have like cheerleaders too. Like I'm
Oh,
looking
that's so
forward to it.
cool.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. So
Yeah.
was it like your first one? Was it one of those things like when you're like three, two, one, go, or were you like were you like what was like were you nervous at all, or was it just, or were you like that like background, like, okay, I'm ready to do this. I'm ready to get over with. Cause you said you're ready for the workout and anything like that feeling of like, oh my gosh, what are the workouts? And you see the workout and up until like the actual workout itself, like, were you nervous at all? Was there any nerves at all or no?
I will say there was, it depends on the workout.
Yeah.
Um, but most of the competitions that I've done with teams.
Mhm.
And I get nervous that way too, just because I don't want to let my teammates down. But I do when it's me by myself, which it would be in the open. It's just like an individual thing. I'm sorry, my
Yeah.
dog's barking. I don't know if you can hear her.
I know you don't
Um,
always.
oh,
Sorry.
you oh good. Um, but like, I get more nervous when it's just me because I don't I just feel so much pressure just like on myself because like
Oh yeah.
it's if I do bad I can't blame it on a teammate, you know, like because it was just me. So I'm like it's
Hmm.
yeah, there's just so much pressure on me and um like I said, there's you have your cheerleaders and stuff at 8:06,
Yeah.
but again, that means a lot of eyes are on you,
Yeah.
watching you work out. And I don't know how I feel about that, but yeah, sometimes I think it makes me go harder because I'm like, people are watching me. Like
Yeah.
you know, I need to do my best here. So I like that. It makes me push harder.
For sure. I
Yeah.
think I'm one of those people too, like, kind of ironically, I went to WT for like communication, so I kind of have to expect to, like, give presentations all the time and communicate, obviously, right? But I hated public speaking. Like, I hated
Oh,
getting a big groups of people and speaking, even though I'm a communications major. Like, I went through the whole process of like being on radio and speaking in front of people. I'm like, there's no way, there's not enough money in the world I can public speak again. Like, I hate it. But like when it
yeah.
comes to working out, I'm like, I don't mind it. It's one of those things where like, holy crap, there's people watching me. I'm like, I don't know why. That's one of those weirdest things ever. I cannot explain it. Like working out, I don't mind. But when it comes to actually speaking in front of people, I don't know if it's like a switch or like I don't know if it's adrenaline or I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
When he said like competing in front of people, I'm like, oh no, that maybe take me back to those days. Like I'm like, I don't know,
Yeah.
I can't speak. But when it comes to like competing, I'm like, okay, let's go. I want to do the best I can. I don't care if it's all burpees, all cardio. I don't care. Like that's how I
Yeah.
feel.
I know that so I when I was in high school, I went to the state track meet.
Oh
So
yeah.
thousands of people watching you and
Mhm.
never phased me at all. I was just going out there, I'm just gonna run, do whatever. But yeah, if I ever had to speak in front of even like five people,
Oh
I'm
yeah.
like I choke up and I'm just like I freak out, like I can't do it. And it's crazy. But I think
Yeah.
it's something like CrossFit or you know, running track or playing
Mhm.
basketball. Like basketball was my sport. It's something that I've like trained to do, you know, like I've
Mhm.
worked on and like it's something hopefully that I've kind of I feel comfortable doing.
Yeah.
Obviously, I don't feel that way speaking in front of people. So I guess if
Yeah.
I did practice that for years and years, maybe I would be better at it. But I just
Mhm.
like I just don't do it because I don't want to.
I hear that.
Yeah.
Speaking about doing things like you're comfortable doing, do you have a favorite like movement that you like the most? Like when you see it like on the board, like heck yeah, this is my movement, or like a movement you see it and you're like kind of the opposite, like you hate this movement so bad. Like why does it exist?
So my favorite one is bar muscle ups for sure.
Oh
I just love,
really?
I don't know, like I love bar muscle ups. Um, and I want to test so bad, like how many I can get like in a row. I've never done that, but maybe one day. And my least favorite, we just did it, Friday. I think we did that. I hate deadlifts. I
Oh
absolutely
really?
hate deadlifts. And everyone loves, I feel like everyone else loves deadlifts because, you know, like that's, you can put all the weight on there and they just want to see like how strong they are. And I'm so bad at them. I'm like, I hate them so much.
Yeah, I don't. Deadlifts aren't one of those ones. I'm like, it's whatever. It's like I don't hate them. I don't love them. It's like I don't
Yeah,
know.
they're
It's like
just
one of the
there.
yeah, they're just there. I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just another leg movement. I don't know. It's just like one of those things. Like I don't know. But it's like for me, obviously, like it's kind of deadlifts are kind of neutral, I guess. But
Yeah.
just from hearing this, I think like sorry, people in the background yelling. I don't know if you could hear that either,
Oh,
but
I
sorry.
can't. If you can't hear my dog, I can't hear
You're good. I was about to speak and there was a quick pause and I heard someone yelling. I'm like, so I thought I heard something. Sorry about that. So I was about to say like my least obviously like I think burpees or running long distance would probably have to be one for me
Yeah.
just because I'm one of those things. I'm like trying to pace it out and work it out. Maybe maybe occasionally maybe the bike, but it depends on the bike. For some reason, I'm the weirdo who likes this the echo bike, but I'm not a big fan of the C2 bikes for some
Me
reason.
too. Really?
Yeah, I
Ah,
people love the C2 bike, but I'm like I'm such a big guy, so I'm like I feel like so awkward on it. To whereas like the Echo bike, I could just like manhandle it in a way. I don't know if it's just me.
yeah.
That's just how I feel. I don't know why.
I just feel like that when I get on the Echo bike, I'm like, is this thing on? Because I just feel like I'm just like going for forever, and I'm like, I don't even have 1 calorie yet, and I've been on here for 5 minutes. It is just like off that. Yeah, I feel like you might be alone in that one,
I know. I
liking
think
the Echo
I'm the
bike
loner.
more.
Yeah, I'm the loner in that. I'm
Yeah,
like, because I think I've said that to someone else too. And they're like, yeah, I have to strong disagree with you. I'm like,
yeah,
yeah, but I can understand that. I don't know why. It just feels like there's been times whenever my first CrossFit, one of my first CrossFit workouts, would say I had the Echo bike in it. And I'd been doing like rowers, and I kind of knew like the idea of like rowers and a ski and stuff like that, and the tamper.
mhm,
And I'm like, so when I got on the Echo bike, I got on the bike. I'm like, where's the tamper at? Like, I'm looking for
yeah,
it everywhere. From like, and someone's like, you are the tamper. I'm like, they said that. I'm like, what are
yeah.
you talking about? I'm like, oh wait, I had to go full spin. I had to go full spin. I died during that workout,
Yeah.
whatever it was. I'm like, holy crap! Like, but ever since then, it's kind of like a love hate situation, if that makes sense. Like, it depends on the workout with the Echo bike. But I like it just a hair bit more, I think, than the Concept 2 bike.
Yeah, and we don't ever really get to use the C2 bikes very often, but I agree with you too on that one. Like it depends on what else is with it, which
Yeah.
sounds with like anything. Like the other day, when was that? I guess it was Friday. We had cleans and wall walks,
Oh
and
yeah.
like the heavy cleans too. And those cleans were so hard. But in any other workout, like I could get them easily. It was with
Mm.
that coupled with the wall walks and like using so much of your arms and stuff. I don't know. I just could not. It was
Yeah.
rough.
That was a
But yeah, it
tough
just
workout
depends on
too.
the workout. Yeah.
Yeah, the one the wall walks and the power cleans and all that. That was a crazy workout. The one that workout that got me this week, whatever. I don't know if you did it or not. Was not sure. It was the I think the rower. I think it was 25 cows for the guys and 20 for the girls. And then you had to do like 75. I think it was 50 double unders and then do like the ski. And then you increase
Yeah.
the double unders by 25 each round.
Yeah.
I finished the 150 round and I was completely like obviously doing singles over here. I'm not dying yet, but so I did the single. I'm like by the end of it, I'm like my grip and my cardio, I was so dead from that one workout this week. That's what got me because I feel like transitioning from the ski. No, sorry, transitioning from the jump ropes to the ski. That's what I think was a little bit of a
Oh
trap for
yeah.
me.
The ski is probably my least favorite machine.
Yeah.
I at my old gym we didn't have skis. So we didn't ever really get to use them in a workout. So I get to 806 and they're like, yeah, here's a ski. And I'm like, I don't even know what to do here. Like, I, but yeah, I do not like the ski at all. But yeah, that was a bad one. That one was a bad one.
If you were to plan like if you were to plan like a workout in your wheelhouse or whatever, what would it be? Like what would it look like in your eyes?
Well, there was one that I showed up for. It was this week, I feel like on Monday maybe. It had toes to bar. And I feel like anything that has toes to
Oh
bar,
yeah.
I'm
Mhm.
I'm decent at toes to bar, I've been told. um, but so I think anything with toes to bar, and that one had burpee box jump overs.
Oh.
And so yeah, like I think that has like toes to bar. Not really machines. It didn't have a machine in it. I'm still good, but yeah, anything with gymnastics really.
Oh really?
I think yeah, and running. I really did like yesterday. You said like Strength Cindy with the running. I
Oh
like
yeah.
that one a lot.
So it was like 1,000 meter, like it was a buy-in, right? You had 1,000 meter buy-in and buy out, right? And then
Hmm.
5, 10
And
of
then
everything.
yeah, 10 rounds of Strength Cindy. Yeah,
Oh
it
really?
was fun.
That's crazy. I remember when I first started at 806, like I was like a month or so out, maybe I want to say before like Murph, like like Murph weekend, Memorial Day weekend.
Oh
So
yeah.
like I don't know if you remember this, like you probably would, but when I first started CrossFit 806, every Monday we did Murph Mondays.
Yep. We were
So
prepping for yeah.
I my very first like month or so of doing CrossFit 806, we were doing Cindy, like different variations of Cindy to prepare for Murph. So that was my
Yeah.
first like month in. I'm like, oh my gosh, I've had enough of Cindy. Like, can we please do something else? Like, I've done Murph like 2 or 3 times in my life, and I'm like, I mean, not I don't mean like that way, but like I've done Cindy like, oh my gosh, I was already done with Cindy by the time like a month in. I'm like, so when I
Yeah.
started this past weekend, I just felt like all those memories just come back, flooding back. I'm like, oh my gosh, my first month, how horrible I was.
Just preparing for Murph. Surely we're
Yeah,
not going to start preparing for Murph this early. I
I
know it's
know.
kind of weird to see it because we hadn't done it. I don't feel like we've done anything like that since Murph because they gave
Yeah,
us a long break. But yeah, there for a while, it was just like, yeah, like I said, every Monday, it
yeah.
was some kind of variation of it and like lots of pull ups and
Oh
like the
yes,
weight vest too.
impressive.
Like I remember, like it depended on like what the workout was, but there was some like I could wear the weight vest. But then others I was like, no, that's too many reps. Like I can't do that one. Like, but I tried to wear the weight vest as much as I could just because I wanted to for Murph. Like,
Yeah,
you know,
for sure. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I
but
mean, I've obviously I've never done it, but like with the vest on, like I've never done it,
yeah.
but like because it felt like just running enough was enough for me. Like I'm
Oh,
not gonna add that to it, but Murph was like a great workout, obviously with the reasoning behind it, but like but just doing it, I'm like I don't know, like it's like one of those ones like no matter how long I think you've been doing CrossFit, like it feels like the day after, the week after, you're still feeling Murph. I don't know why. It just feels like for me, it feels like I've always been sore for a solid like 2, 3 days after. Like I wake up, I'm like,
yeah.
oh, everything hurts. Like
Everything hurt.
everything, everything, like every little thing, like
Yeah. I feel
everything
like
hurt. Go ahead.
since starting CrossFit, I've been like in a constant state of sore.
Me too.
Like, and then like, so I'll like go work out tomorrow, and when we start warming up, I'll be like, I didn't even know that was sore, but there it is.
Yeah.
Like, you don't even realize things are sore until you actually get there the next day and start working out again. You're like, oh, that does hurt. But yeah, yeah, you're sore from the workout that happened 2 weeks ago. Still,
Yeah.
like, it's
Yeah.
crazy.
I'm still feeling my arms or anything from I think this past Monday with all the toes. I think the 12 toes to bar or whatever in
Oh
the
yeah,
well, I'm still sore from that. My arms are still feeling it, like everything. I do something. I'm like, oh, I'm still sore from this, like
yeah,
from a
that
week
still
ago.
hurts.
But
Yeah.
yeah, I'll ask you a couple more questions that we'll head out, Cassidy.
Okay.
So thank you for your time though again. But I was gonna ask, are you a big supplement person at all or no?
So I just take like I just drink a protein shake
Oh
is the
really?
only thing that I really do. Yeah. I used to drink a lot of protein shakes. Maybe three, not a lot. I don't know if it's a lot. Like three a day. I was
Oh
getting
really?
a lot of protein that way. But then I just kind of got to the point where I just didn't really want to do it anymore. So now I'll
Yeah.
just have one in the middle of the day.
Mm.
But yeah, that's really all that I do.
Oh
I,
really?
yeah,
You cool. I mean, I'm
not
in
a
the
whole
person.
lot.
Yeah. Like, do you have like a certain brand or anything like that you take, or like, are you one of those people like have like I like this brand only, or like doesn't matter?
So I go to Complete Health for like all
Oh
my
yeah.
stuff. And it's Sweat Ethic is the
Oh yeah.
protein powder that I use, and it's the
Oh
coffee
really?
flavor.
Yeah.
So yeah, so it's got some caffeine in it to get me through the rest of my day.
Yeah. I did the
Yeah,
same
it's
thing
good.
too. Yeah, I had to try that one for sure. Cause like I just had a coffee one too, and there's a company called Podium, and they had a coffee ice cream flavored. And I'll drink that in the morning sometimes at work, whatever. I'll take it with me to work and I'll drink it because I'm just it has that like that protein in it, but obviously like a little bit of that caffeine flavor to it. It feels like I'm at
Yeah.
least getting some caffeine in it. It feels like I'm doing something with my life, not just like not just sucking down 3 cups of coffee every morning, but
Yeah.
at least I'm doing something. It feels like in my head. It feels like it's an alternative for me at least.
Yeah, that's what so I used to do like pre-workout and stuff before the workouts, and
Oh
then
yeah,
I kind of told myself I was like, why am I doing that? Like, I don't really need that
yeah,
for just a workout.
yeah,
Um, and then so I just started doing like the protein with the caffeine in it, and I'm like, that's perfect. Gives me a little
yeah,
boost for the workout too. So
for sure.
yeah,
How's the same way? I was like same way too because there was a company called I'm blanking on the name right now. I'll come to me. Watch. It's gonna come to me like after the podcast is over. It's gonna come to
yeah,
me. Amino Energy. There it is. It's called Amino Energy.
uh-huh.
I don't know if you've heard of it. I think
I
they
have
sell it
not.
they sell it at Academy, where it's not like a pre workout, if in a sense, but it's like it has like it has amino acids and stuff in it, but it's like has a little bit of caffeine, not like the ton of caffeine like a normal pre workout was. So
Right.
I would take some of that and like a scoop or two of that and then just drink it. I'm like, why am I drinking this? Like, I don't need it. I can get like my BCAAs from like a protein shake, like I don't
Mhm.
need all this.
Yeah.
So I'm like, and then after a while, just going down just from like all that, just like a protein shake after the workout, and I'm good.
Mhm.
you know, I would maybe one occasionally drink a Kill Cliff before the workout, but other than that, I'm not like drinking a whole lot.
Yeah. Like I said, I haven't. I quit that like a long time ago, but like for competitions and stuff, I'll
Yeah,
do like pre-workout and ever like because I do probably need like a little boost or whatever. When you're doing so many workouts in a day. But
yeah,
other than that, yeah, I just kind of just go on a little bit of coffee.
for
That's
sure.
that's my pre-workout.
Coffee's a good one. I love coffee. So
Oh yeah.
if anybody offers me coffee, no matter if it's before a workout or whatever, maybe the like morning, several Saturday mornings. Oh my gosh, I'm drinking coffee immediately on the way home. Like I'm grabbing one somewhere and I'm going home.
Oh, after the workout?
Sometimes, not every
Oh
workout, but
yeah.
every once in a while. Sometimes, yeah,
Oh yeah.
yeah.
I'm like, no, I gotta have mine before.
But really, do you like hot? Do you prefer hot coffee or iced coffee more?
I like hot coffee.
Oh,
I
really?
do, yeah.
Mine, I'm kind of either way. Like it depends on how I'm feeling situation, you know?
Really? Even if
Yeah,
it's like 100 degrees outside, I'm like, I want a hot coffee.
yeah. Do you have a go-to place at all? Like it's kind of off topic, like from CrossFit, but do you have a
Coffee?
go-to place at all? Do you have like a go-to
Um,
coffee shop or anything?
the roasters, I would say I probably go there
Yeah.
most often, which I don't usually do. Um, Coffee. I just have a Keurig and I'm like, let me just make my own.
Oh, me too. Yeah.
That's how I usually do it. But if I was going to get a coffee, I'd probably be at roasters.
Yeah. I'm that
Yeah.
same way too. Yeah. I've got so many my roasters I have so many like roasters gift cards. I've like always forget to use them. I'm like,
Oh yeah.
I found them the other day in my closet and I'm like, I've never used any of these. I need to go use them up. So I'm about to like have a
Yeah.
crap ton of
Get all the
coffee. So
coffee.
yeah.
And there's one that's right there kind of by the gym too, off of
Oh yeah.
Georgia. Yeah.
Yeah. I should just go
So there
there.
you go.
Yeah, for sure. Go do that. So if I come into a workout before a workout with a big cup of roasters coffee, then you'll probably know I
Yeah. I
use
know you
those.
used your gift card.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Well, Cassidy, I can't thank you enough for your time. I had a lot of fun doing this.
Yeah, I had a good time.
For sure. Well, can't thank you enough again. And thank you to everybody listening and just or who watch and listen to this podcast. Have a great rest of y'all's weekend, Christmas break. Cassidy, have a Merry Christmas. Thank you for coming on again.
Yeah, you too. Thank you.
We'll see ya.
See ya.